one of the first things that I thought and what I watched was like our own customer base. Okay, like what is the processing volume? It's gonna for sure decrease in like March and April and indefinitely, but it's at an all-time high. And obviously it's like still too early to really tell what that means. But what I think it means and how I interpret like what I'm seeing is organizations who know how to quickly pivot and leverage sort of a digital only fundraising atmosphere are really getting it and are doing extremely well. A couple examples, really clever examples that I love from our customer base. We have this customer based out of Dallas called Cafe Momentum. And they're a restaurant for where like individuals who just get out of like juvenile detention will come and learn how to be chefs. And the newest class, basically came in, and then COVID-19 happened, and the restaurant couldn't obviously stay open to the public. But they quickly transitioned their mission, and instead of serving the public, what they decided to do was to provide meals for school kids who weren't getting that lunch that they were normally used to getting, by going to school. And so they launched a whole fundraising campaign around that, and in less than a few weeks raised almost $200,000 just by explaining, hey, like this is what we're doing, this is what we're about. We still have the ability to like make meals, and this is our new sort of like demographic during this crisis. And they leveraged the opportunity in a very positive way and raised a significant amount of funds. I've also seen another organization called Project Hope Alliance, where they had a gala planned, and so they changed it to the anti-gala. And essentially, you participate from your living room. You still buy tickets, and every ticket that you purchase, you get put into like a lottery to win one of 4 prizes. And so it's actually a 4-week anti-gala where every week you have to go and buy a ticket to be entered, essentially. And there's other kind of virtual things that happen throughout the week, but there are awesome rewards that you could win as a result that were sponsors had given and so forth. So it's like a virtual auction, and they've done extremely well with that. And then we had this college group, and they basically had every March is their biggest fundraiser of the year. They raised like 90% of their revenue, and it was like a dance marathon fundraising. And so they had to take that online, and taking it online did not affect their overall fundraising. So they just did like Zoom virtual dance marathons. And so, there's been so many examples. Like one of the last examples I'll share that, I love sharing because it was representative of quick thinking. So an organization called Dig Deep, this is just a few days after kind of like everyone basically self-quarantined, and everyone was concerned about what was happening with the economy. It was World Water Day, and this is one of their biggest online fundraisers. And so they tied their messaging into like, so they provide clean water to this Navajo community here in the U.S. And they basically said, hey, if this community doesn't have clean water to wash their hands, like this could become disastrous. And so they tied in just the relevancy of COVID-19 to World Water Day and what it meant for their community. They set their goal to $100,000. They hit that goal in about 12 hours, and they ended up raising over $200,000 in 24 hours. So it's organizations that can think quickly, that can adapt and not let the kind of current climate and circumstances affect their fundraising. I think those are the ones that are going to do really well throughout the rest of the year.